Hi guys, Marcus here, Everything Tenere. Today we're gonna talk about the Motoz RallZ and my 1000-kilometer review of this set of tire. So Motoz have an adventure line of tires which consists of 4 different tires, and this is the next most aggressive or dirt orientated tire. We also have the Adventure GPS, which is the most road-based tire, which you can flip the rear wheel around to get more, off-road based or bios, feel or grip. Then you have the Tracktionator Adventure, which looks a bit similar to this tire. The front is a bit more different. It has a bigger center strip or knobby, T-shaped in the front tire. And then we have the RallZ, which is this, and then you have the Desert HT. So I will talk about the differences a little bit, but mostly the fit and feel and what kind of tire I run on this bike, on the Tenere 700. As you know, the Tenere 700 does not come with tubeless rims, so you would either need to run with a tubeless tire with a tube or a tube tire with a tube. And for my option, I go with the tubeless tires with a tube, just because of the tube tire is pretty narrow and the rims on the Tenere 700 is pretty wide. So if you get a flat for any reason, I think you're safer with the tubeless tire, as it has a wider spacing and it grips better to the sidewalls of the rims, even with a flat tire or with a flat tube. You could still go with the tube tire. I know people that done that, but I think it's just not for my liking. So that's why I go for the tubeless tire, and it's the 1990-21 tubeless in the front and the 150-70-18 tubeless tire in the rear. So previously I had the Anarchy Wild, the Michelin Anarchy Wild on, which is a 50-50 tire. It's a knobby as well, so it's a bit noisy, and it should not be to any surprise for anyone that if you go from a 50-50 tire or from the Pirelli that was on from stock, that you will have a lot more noise. And if you can't handle the noise, don't get a knobby. These ones are quite noisy. I don't notice it as much now because I'm filtering it out when I'm riding, and I rather have a noisy tire with great grip on the off-road sections than a quiet tire that will fail me when I go off-roading. So that's why I chose the RallZ, as they are pretty aggressive for off-road riding. It's a dual compound tire. So it's a bit softer and give you better grip even on wet tarmac and in a little bit colder weather. So it's better in that way than the Adventure tire, due to the Adventure tire having not the dual compound rubber. It's not as good on wet pavement and maybe in the cold, but it will last longer. So the Adventure tire is a winner for the if you want to go on a really long trip. I would put an Adventure tire in the rear, and I keep the RallZ front tire because I think it's slightly better front tire than the Adventure tire, as I've seen really strange wear patterns on the lugs on that one, and this one would probably last longer anyways then. So let's look at the tire itself, how it looks like after 1000 kilometers of riding in some on the tar to the fun parts where I go off-roading on the playgrounds I have, in the sand pits and in gravel pits and in the single tracks in the woods. So hang on, I will remove the camera from the bipod. There we go. We start with the front tire and it almost looks brand new. I haven't done a lot, only 1000 kms on it, but it looks really nice. And as I said, really good grip took me about 200 kms to really wear in the tire. It was a bit sketchy at first, you know, all tires are a bit sketchy at first, but after those initial 200 kms I can really push this on the tar, no problem at all, leaning the bike a lot and going fast in the fast corners. So no visible cracks or anything, the lugs keeps together, you know, between the nubbies, and they look really nice, and it's a good grip on the off-road on this tire as well. So let's go to the rear. And of course the rear, you would probably go 2 rear tires for 1 front on this on the RallZ. And you will notice here I have some wear marks here on the front of the lugs, which is, you know, normal. The difference here between, for example, the adventure tire is that the RallZ has a little further distance between the nubbies or the blocks, and the Desert HT have even more. And I'm not sure about the size, how much they are protruding from the tire. It might have bigger nubbies as well. And these are looking pretty good, you know. I have maybe some tear somewhere, you know, a chunk have gone missing, but I've gone really hard off-road, you know, spinning the tire a lot on, you know, really hard surfaces, hard packed gravel, you know, boulder stuff, or slabs of rocks and so whatnot. So here we have a little scar here, but it's minor and gives me great traction, you know, on the tar. In the dirt itself, really good traction. On the sandy parts and soft gravel, really good traction. In the woods on the single tracks, rots and you know, slabs or rocks and whatnot, really good traction. So I'm super happy with the RallZ tire, and it's almost like I think I will run this forever. So I will get a new set whenever they come, you know, available, because it's really hard to get these anywhere here in Sweden. They're hard to find, and when you find them you better stock up because they will go out quickly. So I'm super happy with that. I would really nice to be trying out the Desert HT as well, but as this is much better on road than the Desert HT, and the Desert HT will have higher road noise as well, so this is a good way to go if you do a lot of road as well, but you want to go off-road. This is the one to get. And if you want to travel really long distances, you know, the adventure tire might be the one for you, so because it's harder, so it will last longer. I think I could probably do about 5,000 kms on this before it's all worn down, but who knows. And I like to do the off-road bits. If I would do only road-based riding, then yeah, I think they could really last longer as well, because all depends on how hard you roll that throttle and what you are doing with the bike. But I think most of the wear is from the gravel and the hard packed stuff. Here I actually have a little scar. That's something that you have to, you know, just live with, because they will wear when you go off-road. In the mud, it's proclaimed to be a self-rinsing tire or whatnot, so if you get packed mud in between, it, you know, when you're throttling on, it will spin off, and you will clear out the between the blocks and so on. So that's good. It's also a tire, they say, that you would not need to release the pressure in the tire to maintain a good grip when going off-road. And I have actually not released any pressure when I'm going off-road. Pretty much running 2.3 in the rear and 2.1 in the front all the time. I think the standard pressure is like 2.3 in the front and 2.5 in the rear for the Tenere 700, but I'm running a bit softer than that, and I'm liking it. So I have a buddy of mine as well, Kyle Bradshaw, and he has some really great videos a new series that he has put up, 3 videos so far on the Adventure Tracktionator line from Motoz, that you can get much more information than from my little video regarding these tires, what's choice or what selection you might be doing, you know, depending on how you ride. But from my point of view, the Motoz RallZ are a great tire which lasts pretty long. I would say it lasts long, even if I just done 1000k, but super confident off-road, on the road, everything I've done so far. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, that maybe you can make up your mind if you're choosing between the Adventure or the RallZ or the Desert HD. You know, if I would live somewhere where the dirt is ready available for me and it's mostly sand and gravel, then maybe I should have gone with the Desert HD. But over here we can't really go off-road, so yeah, then you get stuck with this. And I know a lot of people that's very satisfied with the Adventure tire as well, but this is the one for me. So I hope you guys like this video. Check me out on Instagram as well, everything Tenere there. So check out Kyle Bradshaw's videos. I will have a link in the description below, where you have the link to his YouTube page, and also the 3 different videos that is up now. And he has even more videos on a lot of different tires. So if you're looking for tire reviews, he's the man. So have a nice weekend, stay safe, and don't do anything stupid. Cheerios, bye bye.